Hey guys, I wanted to share a thought. I hope this video is not too sad, but anyway, I wanted to share a little thought that I had yesterday when I was painting my nails, and I thought about this. I was like, I've been now in my life, I've been in two extremes. You know what I mean? You're either too smart or too dumb, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, especially, for guys, I feel like women were kind of more like charity workers. You know what I mean? Like, if a guy is dumb, we're like, oh my God, he's dumb, but like, he's so cute. You know what I mean? Or if a guy's like really smart, we're like, oh my God, he's so smart and he's so this and he's so that. You know what I mean? Like, we tend to, let's say, like men no matter what. You know what I mean? No matter what their capabilities. Mm, their inte- their intellectual capabilities. What was that thing? The fuck. But anyway, you know what I mean? I feel like we, I mean, a lot of women, I guess they want a smarter man because they want somebody to look up to. Maybe that's a biological thing. I don't care. Honestly, I don't really care if I'm smarter, if he's smarter. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like as long as he's smart enough, if that makes sense. Like as long as like he knows, how to save money, if he, if he's hardworking, if he has like let's say dreams and goals and he's willing to pursue them. You know what I mean? It's not about like being super smart. I don't consider myself super smart either. You know what I mean? I want what I want and I try to go for it. And if I feel like I need to learn something or if I need to get a skill to get from point A to point B, I do it. You know what I mean? It's the reason why I learned English in the first place because English is not my first language in case this is the first video that you're watching or something. Mm, you know what I mean? I don't consider myself especially smart, but I do things that I need to do. You know what I mean? And like I I've always been a good student, you know what I mean? Like I've been academically successful, let's say, and I think that and I heard this and I think, oh my god, I repeat myself so hard. But there was this video that I watched, now Brett Cooper. I don't agree with everything she says, but like I really related when she said that, growing up because she was, she was an actress and she was in movies and she was doing this and that, you know what I mean? Like because she was successful at her level, and I'm saying at her level because everybody, you know what I mean, success is different for everybody. So because she was somewhat successful, you know, like guys sometimes can feel like intimidated, you know what I mean? Like they either don't want somebody who's more successful than them because they want somebody to look up to them, and it's like, how is this bitch going to look up to me if she's successful? Or maybe they don't want somebody who's successful because they think that she's going to go with another guy, or because I don't know, they just self-sabotage, I think. I don't know. I was just thinking right now, what if I used my lip gloss as like blush or like eyeshadow? You know what I mean? Because there are people who do that, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna try it later. But anyway, and I really related to that. I was like, most of my life, like growing up, I thought that maybe if guys didn't really like me, it's probably because I was ugly, which in part is true. I mean, my teeth were really crooked and my hair, I didn't know what to do with it. And I was never really wearing clothes that were like very feminine and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that you should like dress this or that way to attract men, but I'm just saying that like I wasn't even looking the way that I liked. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if right now, let's say specifically right now, I don't think like this is, I don't know if this is really attractive to men. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I'm wearing things that are not really revealing. I'm not even wearing makeup right now. I don't fucking know. But the thing is like now I look in a way that I like. You know what I mean? I like the way that I'm looking right now. Maybe I need to put on makeup. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I do. I need to curl my lashes. It's a thing that I have to do, but it takes so long. It's so hard. I'm also scared to fold them. And the more you do your lashes, the more they fall out and shit. Anyway, it's a whole thing. The thing is, all my life, maybe I was like, let's say, considered too smart or too like studious or whatever to date a guy. Maybe they're gonna be like, no, but maybe subconsciously guys are like, yeah, but she gets good grades and she seems so focused in what she's doing and her English is so good because okay, so I live in Spain, but I did my degree in English. Like there was an option to do it in English. So maybe the rest of the Spanish speaking guys or the rest of the Spanish guys were like, but her English is so good, you know what I mean? Like maybe she's gonna want somebody who's at that level. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's those little things that you're, I mean it's not little, but the thing is like, I don't know, being bilingual is not that common in my, or like speaking like a second language like fluently is not that common where I live. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that probably guys are like, no, but she, you know what I mean? Like, she's so good at this, she's so good at that, like, she's so talented. Like, why would she date me? You know what I mean? Like, what do I have to offer? You know what I mean? Like, maybe she's gonna want somebody who's another way, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Me personally, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if I'm dating somebody, it would be nice if he spoke at least English. If he speaks Spanish or not, it's fine. Or if he speaks Spanish, he doesn't speak English. I mean, it's like, I guess it's fine. I mean, you need to speak English in this world. Let's be honest. But I don't know. I don't really think about that. I used to think about it more before, but now not so much. I mean, it's already hard to find someone. Now imagine, I'm not lowering my standards. This is not me lowering my standards, but the thing is, I can't even talk lowering my standards. But the thing is, like, you can't find somebody who likes you back and who respects you and all that shit. Now, somebody who likes you back, respects you and all that shit, and now who speaks fucking English, now maybe that's a little bit, maybe I have to move out to find somebody. But the thing is, like, why do I have to put all this energy for somebody I don't even know? Maybe I'm confused. I don't know. But I'm young. I can do whatever the fuck I want. The thing is, I don't even know what I was saying. Recently, right? Or like, for instance, degrees, right? I have a degree. So when I was doing my degree, I was like, I want the guy that I'm dating to have a degree. You know what I mean? Because I have a degree. You know what I mean? And like, maybe if I was a guy, I would also want her to have a degree, I guess. And I don't want to be sexist, but the thing is, like, especially if it's a guy, if I have a fucking degree, you need to have a fucking degree. And if you don't have a degree, at least prove to me that you have this entrepreneurial vision and you're working hard to get high in life. You know what I mean? To get somewhere really high in life. You know what I mean? To really make it somehow. You know what I mean? Like, prove to me that you're really working to make something great. You know what I mean? You don't need a degree to be a millionaire. You don't need a degree to put up a fucking company or put up a business, whatever you want. Like, you don't need that shit, and I'm perfectly aware of that. You know what I mean? I studied a degree because I needed a plan B. You know what I mean? I want to do entertainment, but I needed a plan B. And I feel like, I don't know, I wanted it. It was something that was going to make me feel better. Like, hey, I go to bed thinking I have a fucking degree and I don't have to worry about, like, oh, maybe I don't have a degree, maybe I'm stupid. What would life have been like if I had a degree? No, I already have a degree. I already know what it is like. You know what I mean? I can't regret not having done a degree because now I have a degree and I know what it is like, you know? And what was I gonna say? Yeah, and I've been at the other extreme. I did an internship recently. I got a crush on a guy from that internship, and I think he also got a. I don't know if he was. I don't know. He was definitely attracted to me, and I was attracted to him. Let's say that was that. And I was like, I don't know to what extent he likes me, because I was like, I think he's attracted to me because, like, the way he looks at me and the way he treats me and shit. And then there was this one day where he was talking about something. He was like, hey, did you know this thing happened? And I was like, yeah, I think you guys talked about it earlier in the morning. And he was like, and do you know what this is? And I was like, no. And he was like, you're too young. You're too young for me. No, he literally said that. He literally said, quote unquote, you're too young. Stop. You're too young for me. You know what I mean? Like, he said that. And I was like, I didn't know what to respond. Matter of fact, I didn't even respond. And then he said, no, but it's crazy. Like, you're from here. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't know those things. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know, like, the very, like, local shit. Like, culture of, like, very local things, if that makes sense. Honey, maybe I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? It's not because I'm too young. I think he realized it. That's why he told me that. Like, maybe it's not the fact that I'm too young. I just maybe don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I have a lot of friends who would know about that shit and other friends that don't know about it. You know what I mean? Like, who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Like, and then there was this other day where he said something and then he asked me, do you know what it is? And I was like, no. And then he explained it to me. And it's like, listen, at my internship, I wasn't the smartest or the most knowledgeable or whatever because it was my first internship ever. And of course, it was going to be my first time working at an auditing firm. So obviously, I didn't know a lot of things from practice. I did a fucking master's in auditing, but the thing is, like, I don't know this shit. This is my first job. I don't know about fucking auditing from the practical point of view because I've never worked. So this is my first job. You got to start somewhere. So I was like, I don't know to what extent this guy's going to be attracted to me because, like, I don't know shit about this job. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things I don't know and they're going to have to start. And they taught me everything from scratch, even how to use fucking Excel. Like, I knew Microsoft Excel, but, like, the things that I did was basically statistics and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't doing that much. You know what I mean? During the degree, they don't teach us that much. They don't teach us practical shit. They only teach us theoretical shit, you know? And I was like, maybe it can be unattractive that I don't know shit. Because maybe he can be like, nah, she's just a baby. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't know shit. But then it's like, And a lot of guys' mentality, they like teaching girls. Like, hey, let me teach you. You know, like this is done like this is done like that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys don't care that the girls don't know shit, if that makes sense. So I was like, because we live in a sexist world. Let's be honest. Like I'm just being objective. But the thing is, like, I was like, I don't know if he would like a girl who knows more about things and who is more, let's say, at his level, let's say professionally, and already knows the job, right? But you got to start somewhere. It's not my fault that this was my first internship. I'm 4 years younger than this guy. You know what I mean? And mm, or maybe they're like, you know what? I like this dynamic of, okay, let me teach you. You don't know shit. Okay, I'll teach you. I'll tell you how to do this. Whatever. I'll help you. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like sometimes guys like to be useful for girls. Like they wanna help you and they want to be the ones to teach you this and teach you that or do this or do that for you. You know what I mean? To help you, to help you, to help. How do they say? Um, a lady in distress. You know what I mean? I'm a lady in distress. I mean, I don't know how to do this thing. I need help. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we're being sexist like that, so I was like, it's fucking impossible. You know what I mean? If you know too much, you know too much. If you get really good grades, you get really good grades. If you speak this second language perfectly, it's because you speak like that. If you don't know shit, it's because you don't know shit. If you don't know about this thing, it's because you don't know about this thing. If you're too old, you're too old. If you're too young, you're too young. When when is somebody gonna like me for me? When is somebody gonna be okay with my personality and be like, okay, she's amazing. She knows what she knows about. She doesn't know what she doesn't know about. You know what would be the problem? I have a fucking classmate, right? Who also gets really good grades. He pretends he knows it all. You know what I mean? Like he comes into the office, he comes into fucking anywhere, pretending he knows everything about everything. Literally anything you talk about, he's like, oh yeah, you know this thing and this other thing. Like he basically he doesn't know a lot of things, and we all don't know a lot of things, you know, and especially with technology we don't need to. We can just pull up our phones and we are rely on it. It's human nature, you know what I mean? But like going into a room pretending you know everything already, that's bad. You know, I don't pretend I know everything. If I know something, I know something. If I don't know something, I don't know something. I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna pretend I know more. I'm not gonna pretend I know less. No, you know what I mean? I'm just who I am. Obviously, in the auditing job, I was the person who knew the least in the room. And maybe in my class, I was the person you could say, probably not even. I was just the one that would get the highest grades. I don't know. Maybe I was let's say, the person who knew the most in the room. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. But you know what I mean? What I'm saying is that, like, it feels like it's not enough because, like, if you know too much, no. Guys self sabotage and they're like, no, she's too successful. We don't like that. And if you don't know shit, it's because this bitch doesn't know shit. She's just a girl. She's just a baby. She doesn't know fucking shit. She's stupid. You know what I mean? I feel like it's never. I don't know. Sometimes it's frustrating because it feels like it's never enough. But anyway, lesson of the day. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. If I don't know something, I don't know something. If I know it, I know it. Who fucking cares? You know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, not caring what other people think. And if somebody out there is gonna like me for my personality and for who I am, no matter what I know and what I don't know, that's cool. And if nobody knows how to appreciate, you know, my mind or my brain or whatever, then that's their problem. You know, why should it be my problem? You know, I'm working on myself. Everybody should work on themselves. You know what I mean? I'm not saying these people are really smart or really stupid. Everybody knows how to do different things. There's people that know how to surf, that know how to do this thing, this other thing, and I don't. For instance, I suck at sports. I'm not really working out. I feel like I should start working out again. You know what I mean? I know there's people who speak 3 languages. I know there's people who, I don't know, they have a lot of hobbies and they know a lot of shit about every single hobby that I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows about things and everybody doesn't know about other things. You know what I mean? And I think that should be all right. But anyway, lesson of the day: keep doing you, improve yourself. And if people are gonna judge, if people are gonna think it's too little, too much, who the fuck are they to judge? They should judge themselves. They should look at themselves and be like, do I know about this thing? Am I skilled? Do I need to know about this thing? Do I need to learn this other thing? You know, do I need to improve myself? That's what they should do, not judge you, especially as a woman. If a guy thinks you're too dumb or too smart, he's not the one. So yeah, hope this video helped anyone out, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.